Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Look, both hands, ladies and gentlemen. I have this thing kind of rigged up here. Not sure. I think I'd like it a little higher, maybe. Let me see. I have all kinds of different props I'm using, like this hamster thing. We'll see if that might work. Thanks for bearing with me. Like, what choice do you have, really? I suppose to slam a video shut and get on with your day. I don't know. Maybe I could arrange something like this. Alright, meanwhile, I just wanted to show you that real quick, but I'm going to hold it for this, but I think I'm going to arrange a little something here. I like it this way because it takes pressure off, you know, my pain condition. If I shift to my left, that's like it releases some tension in my lower back, thereby alleviating the pain. So that's why I shift to the left. Shift to the left, shift to the right, stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. That's really not how that goes, of course. Look, I just wanted to say, yesterday I was in such a delightful mood after the eclipse, or during the eclipse, and just everything seemed beautiful and a new dawning of a new era. Oh man, my Glooby got cat hair on it. And then today, I'm just outraged. You know, when will it stop? We're going to have to start being brutally honest about things, even if it loses us friends and subscribers. Really, I'm amazed at the people who are still buying any kind of propaganda put out by the Washington Post and New York Times. But yes, Virginia, they still exist. Oh, I just want to make sure I didn't light up a cig prior to this. So, yeah, it's, you know, the unbelievable comments on certain things are, you know, this whole Trump-Russia thing, and people, I guess, are not reading that report put out by the Veteran Intelligence Professionals for Sanity. Former veteran, you know, I think it's called VIPs. I know they're former intelligent people, so I don't, intelligence people. That sounded funny. So I'm not sure if I'm getting the actual name right, but I will describe them. They are former intelligence professionals for Sanity. And they would like everybody to know, of course, that they did an independent study, which somebody keeps saying, but the information was classified. No, it wasn't. We're talking about download speeds from a computer or server, whatever you call it, to a stick or something, and it couldn't have been done over the internet. There's like a mega data or a metabyte or something. I don't know all the technical things, but I am begging you to check into The Nation magazine. For those who haven't, The Nation magazine and Consortium News, they both have articles about this, or you can just look up Ray McGovern debunks Russia or something. I really can't get over that people are still falling for that. Why are people believing anything put out by the corporate media? Why? Remember I said today I'm confused about everything. I don't understand anything. I don't understand that. And you know, the other day on the live chat, my friend Jean asked, well, this is kind of put together in an interesting way without nails, by the way. It's a little thing that used to be for my hamster. Now I use it to when I rescue mice, I guess. Jean asked me what drives me, I guess. What drives me? And, you know, I answered and everything. But one thing that really, really, really drives me, ladies and gentlemen, is I want, okay, the desire to blow the whistle on this mainstream corporate, state-run, CIA-backed media that permeates everything in this country. You know, unless it's, you know, clearly 90% of the outlets are owned by the above-mentioned description. And I just don't understand why the liberals, the so-called liberals, you know, I don't like to use it. Let me just say the Democrats, okay? They were madly in love with, wanted to go down on, I'm sorry, I am cranky and blunt, Julian Assange, whenever his agency, WikiLeaks, it's actually, you know, a journalistic outlet. Whenever he came out with all this evidence and hideous stuff against George W. Bush, in terms of the torture report, remember also Assange was instrumental in getting us the word out about Snowden, I believe. or Chelsea Manning, one of those. Maybe it was both of them. So, yeah, a certain segment of society was madly in love with him at that point, madly in love with WikiLeaks, for giving the information, and now they are just full-blown insane, claiming that he's a Russian agent, that WikiLeaks is an arm of the Russian, I don't know what, government or something. All this Russia stuff. You know, let me tell you something that doesn't get talked about a lot, because most people scream and run and they don't believe it, because remember how we've talked before about certain wording is important when you talk about things, like the chemtrails. I gave an example that it's really called geoengineering or aerosol injections, and if you were to call it that, people would be more open. But when you say chemtrails, people tend to laugh and giggle and, you know, clutch pearls and run down the street. So the same goes true for this so-called Pizzagate situation. Now, if you really called it what it is, which is like child trafficking for the purposes of sick bastards who are involved with pedophilia, then I think more people would listen. This has been proven all over the globe. England, especially, they have busted people there. Do you remember that guy that he was, I don't even want to say gentleman in this case. He was a famous DJ over in England named Jimmy Savile, I think, or Savile, I think, is how you say it. And after David Icke and some other independent people came out and told about the truth about him while he was still living, and of course they were called conspiracy theory nut bars. Oh, this couldn't possibly be happening. Are you saying that our dear sweet Savile, dear sweet Jimmy, was providing children to the royal family and to other elite people for their own pleasure? Oh, how silly. Well, guess what? It came out after his death. Not only was he doing that, but he would literally, you've heard the saying like a joke, well, you'd screw anything that stopped long enough. Well, he screwed anything, that, even dead things, dead people. Yeah, he was whatever you call that, nephrophiliac or something. That's not what it's called. Nephrophiliac. Sometimes I wonder where I get these thoughts, or these words, I guess. That's funny. What is it called, though? Starts with an N, I think. Who cares? I'm getting off train here. So, yeah, here's the thing. Here's another reason why I think Russia is being demonized, is because I've read many, many, many reports now that Vladimir Putin is totally aware of this child trafficking problem that is going on all over the globe. And he is ready to blow the whistle and name names. And I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, if you just think about it long enough, get the Pizzagate out of your mind, think logically, you know this kind of thing goes on. We've seen special reports about it. Even, what's his name there? Dr. Phil interviewed a woman who, God forbid, grew up in that environment where she was like a sex slave since childhood. We know that Jeffrey Epstein was arrested for this pedophile island and all this stuff. So it's not like I'm telling you something you've never heard of in your entire lives, okay? So just think about it. Think about it. Why? Other than the fact that a lot of Americans are programmed to fear the word Russia because a lot of them grew up with the Red Scare and with the Cold War mentality and stuff like that. But we're moving on now. Why? Give another reason why everybody is dying to demonize Russia and just, yeah, demonize Russia. That's the best I can do right now. Could it be that Vladimir Putin really does know something about that? You know, that, remember that act, I can't pronounce it at all. It starts with an M. It had to do with Russian adoptions, that they weren't going to allow United States citizens to adopt from Russia. Why do you think that was, ladies and gentlemen? What reason could Russia have for that? What reason could Vladimir Putin have for that? So please investigate this. I know, you know what? When I first heard about this, I thought, you people are nuts. You know, when I heard Pizzagate and stuff, I thought, oh my God, this is absolute insanity. And then I was told it was by independent media like the Young Turks and even Amy Goodman and some of the other, and then of course mainstream media clutched pearls wildly and just explained immediately why. Oh, what a ridiculous notion. Why not send some investigative reporters out to really look into it? Probably because they don't hire investigative reporters anymore, ladies and gentlemen. They'd rather have political yahoos, I don't know what else to, I guess they're called pundits actually, sitting around a table, you know, never going out on the street and meeting the average Joe Blow, and just sitting there oblivion. What could we have possibly done wrong in this election? Why did Donald Trump win? You know, it's unbelievable. So rather than investigate things, they just call it insane and get on with the next news item. Now, I investigated it. I did not want to. I resisted it quite heavily for a while. I would even say, oh my God, I have a friend who actually believes in this Pizzagate stuff. And then finally I investigated it. And when I really first got into it, they explained the Pizzagate thing is almost a way to throw people off. Just like, remember I said the CIA is the one who invented the phrase conspiracy theorist after JFK's murder to throw people off, to make anybody who questioned the Warren report look like an insane lunatic who wears a tinfoil hat. That was the same kind of tactic used when they brought out this Pizzagate thing. You know, the words Pizzagate. So I found a good, legitimate reporter type person, a little bit older of a gentleman, who explained that it's really like more, if you wanted to give a gate name to it, it would be like pedogate or, child trafficking. I tend to stick with the child trafficking. I think we get the idea of why the children are trafficked. And it's disgusting. And, let's do something about it. I guess spreading the word would be first, or being brave enough to look into it. There's a gentleman on YouTube named David, I might be saying his last name wrong, Zubliak, something like that. He has a YouTube channel, and he is, when I say he's an older gentleman, he's probably my age, a little bit older, maybe younger, actually. I always, think I look so young and spry. I'm kidding. He's done a ton of maybe it's Zubliak, something. A ton of work on it. He has a 100-page document about, all linking everything, explaining what they're talking about in terms of the child trafficking and stuff like that. So that's who I would recommend. I'll find him and later on drop it in the comments. I think he's, might be a Christian, but he doesn't, I don't know. That's fine with me in this case. I mean, clearly you can get information from Christians. I didn't mean to sound that way, but he's not going to bloviate and go crazy about, prophecy being fulfilled because of this or any of that jazz. He's gathered some really good information. And too, ladies and gentlemen, the Catholic Church has been covering this jazz up for years. They transfer priests that have raped little kids just to another parish. It's disgusting. It's absolutely sick. How anybody could support that organization is beyond me. All right, Lounging with Lisa. The video series that has me having a nervous breakdown. Lounging while coming at you. Thoughts of the day. Please join together with me. Investigate things. Step outside your comfort zone. Do you think I was comfortable looking into this? Do you think I was comfortable reading the details of some of these women that came forward years later when they had been rescued from this? Do you think that's comfortable for me? Look into it, please, ladies and gentlemen, before you just say something's a big old conspiracy theory. Love you, and thank you for putting up with me. I really do appreciate my subscribers. I have nice comments. Usually if somebody takes me to task, they do it in a delightful way. I just ask that you please look into this before writing me off as totally insane. We all know I'm partially insane, but, bye-bye now.